Hey folks, welcome back to Plane. We just got pulled into the future by Babe. So let's check it out. Just in time. I was just in time. I roll over and pull the soft silken blanket closer to myself. Was it too much to wish for that all to just be a dream? Opening my eyes was enough to answer that question for me. Yes. Yes, it was. I let out a small whimper and curled into myself, clutching my pajamas. I hate planes. What was that? I slowly sit up and brush the blanket off of me. It sounded like it was coming from the right side of the room. I took in a deep breath to calm myself and tiptoed over to the door. Relax, Riley. It's probably nothing. Gingerly, I placed my hand on the doorknob and turned it just enough to peek my head out. Riley! The woman from the plane yesterday is standing right in front of the door, smiling broadly. Oh, Max, good morning. More like afternoon. She gave me a wink and a small chuckle. Some jet lag, huh? I guess so. I let out an awkward laugh and she rolls her eyes playfully. When I stepped out of the room, I noticed a wall of pictures. Studying them, I realized they're all pictures of Max with a different person. I meandered down the hall, staring at each picture until I got to the last one. That's me? Yeah. You don't remember? Right. She took a picture of us as soon as we got into the future. Max chuckles. It's a bit of a hobby of mine. Taking pictures? And taking people. She hums and steps beside me, pointing to each of the pictures. Taking pictures of the people I bring back as soon as we get to the future. I knew it. Taking people. They make the best faces. You brought all of these people here? Yep. The future needs more interesting people. Though, she paused and frowned for the first time. They didn't all get to stay. Why not? I'll let Cecilia tell you all about that. Speaking of which, I need to get to work, and you need to meet with my boss. I do? Yep, so get your cute butt changed. She gave me a wink. I did a wink when I said that. We're on the same level. I get you, Max. You and me. Mina and Max, 100 years. MinaandMax.com. She gave me a wink, then walked down the hallway away from the bedroom. I turned back to the room I slept in and quickly changed into my regular clothes. This was unreal. I was never one to believe in magic or fairy tales. I never even believed in Santa. And now this. Riles! A playful voice came from just outside the door. Coming! I just quickly slipped my cardigan on over my favorite plaid button-up shirt and stepped back into the hall. That's pretty gay. You ready? Well, not really. Nobody ever is. I gave her an awkward smile, not quite sure just what I was supposed to be ready for. All right, we gotta go. If I'm late again, I'll definitely get another lecture. She walked down the hall towards what I assumed was her front door and swung it open. The city is going to blow you away. It always does. I trotted after her and peeked out the door, expecting to see a magnificent city. It's a hallway. Morty! Max laughed and walked ahead, leading the way to what I assumed was going to be outside. Right, Riley. Duh. She lives in an apartment. My memories from the day before were pretty hazy, but as I followed her down the hall, I remembered the building. Everything looked pretty normal. For being such an advanced future, that is. This is going to be weird for you. She had a coy grin on her face. Could she read my mind? See you downstairs. Wait. She stepped into a small blue pad on the floor and disappeared. Max? I gulped, studying the pad. Is it a teleporter? Here goes. I held my breath, stepped onto the pad, and nothing. How do I get this thing to work? She could have at least told me. With nothing else to go on, I decided to use the only clue Max gave me. Downstairs? I'm enveloped in a bright blue light and the feeling of floating. Hold on, I can do a blue light. Hold on. Blue light. Probably looks the same as white light. I'm enveloped in a bright blue light and the feeling of floating. As soon as I felt ground beneath my feet again, I stumbled forward and slammed my palms into the hard floor. You figured it out! I'm going to be sick. Max chuckled and extended her hand to me. You'll get used to it soon enough. Don't you have stairs? Well, yeah. But I live on the 42nd floor, so I'm not sure if you'd want to walk up and down. She pulled me up from my spot on the floor, and I can't help but gape at her. This building has 42 floors? Oh, I only live halfway up. There are 85 floors. I found myself staring at the ceiling. How? We need to head out now, or we'll miss the monorail. You have time travel in 85-story buildings, but you still have monorails? My eyebrow rose. She merely shrugged. It's fast. Come on, let's go. She turned to the front doors and confidently walked outside. Max, wait! Now, how do teleporters work? Whoa. Outside the doors to the building, I see a city larger than any I'd ever seen in my entire life. The buildings seem to be hundreds of stories tall, and the roads themselves seem to be in layers. The layer we were on was all sidewalk. People were walking or riding odd vehicles that seemed to be similar to bikes or skateboards. Above us looked like a road. I could hear the zoom of cars slicing through the air, and much above that, almost higher than the buildings even, was a rail. A large train-like vehicle ran across the rail at much higher speed than any highway. Riley? My eyes snapped back to Max, and I realized that I had been gaping up at the city. This is... Whoa. Max chuckled and linked my arm in hers. I'd love to show you around, but unfortunately I really can't be late to work. She sighed. Cece will seriously chew my head off. Cece? My boss. The one you're gonna meet today. She's such a stick in the mud. She's a head historian. Her family practically created the historians. Her dad was the old head, grandfather was the one before, and so on. She's all work this, and regulations that, and blah, blah, blah. We're pretty much besties. Oh. Get ready. What? Monorail. Good. I was once again surrounded by the flash of blue light. The only thing that grounded me was the feeling of Max's arm on mine. As my feet touched the ground, I coughed, resisting the urge to empty my stomach. To empty my pretty much emptied stomach. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my knee hurting and not having anywhere to put it. Hold on, maybe I can stretch it way up here, sideways, onto this stack of crap, and wedge it underneath the desk. There we go. Maybe that'll be better for my knee. That feels alright. It's so fucking hot in here, too. I'm so just, like, shiny. I'm, like, a solid layer of sweat, too, probably still. Ugh. Alright, let's do this. Monorail! When was the last time I ate? You alright there, Riles? Riles? Cute, right? She gave me a wink and waited for me to stand straight before dragging me forwards again. Look, just in time. The monorail slowed to a stop just in front of us. The doors slid open and a variety of people stepped off. I was kind of surprised that I didn't see any aliens among them. Max pulled me into a futuristic-looking train and found us a seat near the door. You don't need to pay? Nah, the thing is solar-powered and it drives itself, so it's free. But there's still upkeep. I guess if they actually have a functioning government and taxation and stuff like that, then they can at least have the ability to maintain public works without requiring civilian cost, depending how they budget it, how they value spending. The future continued to amaze me. The monorail began moving. It was quiet and smooth, nothing like a car, train, bus, or any sort of vehicle from my time. This is amazing. I was more amazed by the plane. That 2016 had that kind of tech is just... Okay, that 2016 had that kind of tech is just wow. Blah, blah, blah. Is that why you were so excited? Yep. I'm relieved. I was worried you were a sociopath or something. Max burst out laughing, which drew the attention of surrounding passengers. Her body shook and she brought her hand towards her stomach. That's way too funny! I couldn't help but pout. What was I supposed to think? She let out a few more giggles and wiped away fake tears. Don't worry, Riles. I'm not a sociopath. I wasn't that worried. I muttered and looked out the window, trying my best to avoid eye contact. The sky was clear. I found myself once again entranced by how beautiful and weird everything was. It was so green. There were a lot of plants around, and different layers of the city captivated me. I found myself wondering if there was even more below what I've seen. We're getting off soon. That was fast. Cecilia had me moved into an apartment that was close to work. She had you moved? Yep. There are houses and apartments that are made for historians and their families. It's an important job and such. I see. Cecilia put me close to work because she doesn't want me being late or something. This is my stop. She stood up and I quickly followed her. There were a few others that wore similar hats to Max, but had a completely different outfit on than her. Hey, Max? Yeah? Do you not have to wear a uniform? Well, she is supposed to. I guess Maxine thinks she's too good to wear her designated uniform. Cece! You came out to greet me? The tall woman sniffed and gave Max a glare. I came out to chastise you for being late, and I also heard you broke regulations again. Her cold glare found its way to me, and I had to stop myself from shivering. She looks so cool. She looks so cool. I really love her. I assume you're the one she brought back this time. My name is Cecilia. I am Maxine's boss, as well as the head historian. My eyes traveled back to Max, and I could tell she was done talking to me. At least for now. I told you, my name's Max! Max! She sounded almost as if she were whining. Cecilia rolled her eyes and let out a heavy sigh. I must say that I'm very disappointed that you've done this. She gestured to me. Her movements were very graceful, and I found myself almost entranced. Again. Max shrugged casually. Don't worry, Cece. I checked her out. She wasn't important, and she was going to die in the plane crash anyways. As she should have. I flinched at her words. I wasn't important? I should have died? Maxine, how many times have I had to tell you that we are not to tamper with time unless it is necessary? Keep quiet or mouth off! I want to mouth off, but I'm going to mouth off in the next episode, and we'll see how that goes for me. I have skin problems. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope to catch you next time. Mwah. See ya.